Kuliin buka. Belum. Emang kosong. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Ludwig, and I'm here to invite a person to share his experience about an issue that most men would encounter in their lives, especially as they get older. Okay, so let me introduce him. He used to be a director of a hospital in East Java, and he's also an ex-commissioner of that said hospital. So here it comes. Let's welcome him with an applause, Dr. Erry Gautama. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to everyone who's in Indonesia, in Asia, in Europe, and Africa. And to all of you who's in the United States, good morning. Good evening, doctor. So we're here to listen to your discussion. Like in these current times, we are all dealing with the coronavirus quarantine. And it has been a very challenging moment for us all. So here at our respective homes, I'm asking you to share about your experience and your knowledge regarding the male sexual vigor, rejuvenating the male sexual vigor. Okay, so now I'll be giving you the time to talk about this issue and share your own experience. Okay, so let me reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. Erry Gautama, ex-commissioner and ex-director of Semen Gresik in East Java. With my background as a commissioner and a director, I spent most of my time working, sitting behind a desk. And due to the stress that comes with my position, I'm accumulating a lot of environmental stress, and my way of life is very chaotic. And I'm feeling a lot of loss of vitality, especially about my sexual vigor, about my libido at home with my partner. Okay, so let me talk about erectile dysfunction. It is usually a very big issue for those who already had a family, already married, because usually the relationship between the husband and wife, it's a matter of the husband's pride. It's a matter of male pride. And talking about erectile dysfunctions is a very personal topic for most men because it is a very embarrassing topic. It's a very sensitive personal topic. I see. So before we continue, for those who just join us, do comment and share this video to your friends so that all of us can benefit from his sharing session and his knowledge about this matter. Okay, so let's come back to Dr. Erry. So let's talk about all the scientific factors behind this and all the medical terms that might need to be explained so that all the audiences at home could understand. Okay, so if we're talking about back then when we were younger, when we as men see women, it's easy for us to get aroused. But as our age progresses, it's getting harder and harder for us to become aroused, especially at our age, after 50, after 60. And I could actually say that, if I may, the penis is becoming like a wet towel. It's unable to become stiff anymore. Okay, so Dr. Erry, if you could just explain to us all the medical and scientific terms for all these problems so we could find a solution together. So there are a lot of factors that may cause our penis to become limp. One of them is because the lack of blood circulation to the penis. So it's a matter of blood circulation and the nerve. And as our age progresses, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and all of these health complications is a major factor to why we might felt a reduction in our sexual prowess. Okay, doctor, I might not meant to offend you, but let's say that I might say that you're already at a very old age. So let's say just with your age or with an age group that usually had a lot of like health complications, how can we rejuvenate our body or how can we improve our body? Okay, so I've been doing a lot of things from my chaotic lifestyle back then, and now I'm trying to exercise regularly. And we need to pay attention to the food we eat, and especially to have a proper source of nutrition so that our body can become healthy. Other thing is about stress management. Okay, so here in my hand, I'm holding Alpha Meta, which is a source of good nutritional supplement for me. So good nutrition, good exercise, and good stress management is 3 factors that I'm doing every day to maintain my healthy lifestyle. So this here is called Alpha Meta, a really good source of nutrition. So Alpha Meta is a really good source of food for our body cells. It's made from the skin of red rice, processed organically, that contains alpha PSP, which is alpha polysaccharide peptide. So as you can see in the screen, alpha polysaccharide peptide, it's a form of superfood that provides energy for the cells in our body. And with this, it improves our blood circulation. So for example, before a very thick blood circulation, it flows better. And with this, it comes back to the topic we mentioned before, which helps the blood flow to the penis. So all this alpha PSP, it helps the enzyme, the metabolic enzyme. It helps with the production of bioenergy, and it helps regulate our metabolism, to rejuvenate our body cells, to protect the cells, and to detox. And Alpha Meta already had an international certificate from the EU, from the USDA, and other international certificates such as the Singaporean program. Okay, talking about stress management, usually before I went to bed, I'm using a device called Alpha Spin, which produces a quantum field to harmonize the environment and my body. Okay, if I may, I'll show you how I use this device. I use it as a belt around my waist to help harmonize my body and to protect myself from radiation. Okay, so if you can see on the screen, there's this image about this quantum field, which I set up in my bed, in 4 corners of my bed, because to protect me and my wife from all sorts of radiation from the phone, other electronic radiations from the TV. And with this, it harmonizes the environment. It promotes natural self-healing and protects and as I again protects from radiation. Okay, so here in my hand, this is Alpha Spin. I wear them around my belt. I carry it everywhere. Okay, so talking about the erectile dysfunction, so it was caused by improper nutrition, stress, and radiation. And so you help your body, and to protect it, you're using alpha meta and alpha spin. Okay, so okay, so talking about alpha spin and alpha meta, so can you explain to us how you're using it, when you are introduced to it, and can you elaborate more on that? So I was introduced to alpha meta when I was first invited to FFG. And I started using it in the beginning of 2017. So back then in early 2017, the first person who used alpha meta and alpha spin is actually my wife, because she got a complication on her knee out of osteoarthritis. And so to help her, I actually feed her alpha meta to help promote her cell regeneration, and alpha spin to help her knee. And since I could see an improvement on her knee, I was interested on trying it myself. So if you can see here, there's called an alpha torch. So this torch, this combination of alpha spin and alpha torch, was used by my wife, and I did an experiment with it as well. So this light, this torch, I did a little experiment with my penis. So I point this towards my crotch before I go to bed every night. And I could felt an improvement after 4 weeks. And before, if I may, my penis becomes stiffer. It's able to become erect again in the morning, because I believe that my blood circulation is getting better due to alpha meta and alpha spin, which harmonizes my body, my environment. And from then, that's when I finally felt joy, and I became a devout believer, and I'm using them regularly. So now I'm able to have yeah. So I'm able to make love with my wife once a week. Okay, as I mentioned before, this device is helping my relationship with my wife, because I'm feeling more confident I felt better about myself. So it resulted in a better relationship with my wife as well. So going back to what you said about polysaccharide peptide. So what's about that? Can you elaborate more about alpha meta? Because you mentioned before that it's actually improving your body, but how often, how regular do you need to consume or use this device? Because as you mentioned before, aside from all this, you also need to have regular exercise, a proper eating schedule, proper nutrition for your body, and stress management, especially with all the radiation from our phones, TV, and our environment. So can you just please elaborate more on that? And as you said before, you're wearing alpha spin directly there in the crotch region. So can you just please elaborate more? Okay. So, okay, I first consumed alpha meta in the beginning of 2017, 3 times a day. Okay, and this alpha spin, which contained in this belt, I'm wearing this 24/7, and it stays on my body, so it protects it from radiation, environmental radiation. I'm also wearing this small alpha spin. And before, as I mentioned before, the alpha spin I put in my bed, in the corners of my bed, it creates a quantum field. As you can see here on the slide, this is a quantum field I mentioned before. So these 4 alpha spin, which is located in the 4 corners of my bed, creates this quantum pyramid in the radius of 100 meters by 100 meters. And I'm also using this bed called Smart S3, but I'm only starting using this in the beginning of 2018. Distraction. So in order to receive the maximum benefits from all of this, of course, we need to consume them, use them regularly, don't we? So as long as we're still living, as long as we're still active, and we're still conducting our daily activity, alpha meta and alpha spin, we need to use them and consume them regularly because our body cells require the energy it needs to produce power for our body, energy for our body. So as you mentioned before, so it helps the cells located in our penis. Yes, because It helps the growth of our red blood cells and the nerve located in our penis because those cells require food, require energy. So, so alpha meta and alpha spin helps it and helps the blood circulation so our penis could become erect again. Okay, so I might ask my wife for the sharing session as well because she's also reaping the benefits from all this as well. So here you go. So good evening. Okay, can you? Okay, Dr. Andre, could you? Yes. Okay, so back then my husband has a very unhealthy lifestyle. He didn't he doesn't eat properly, he doesn't exercise regularly, and he accumulates a lot of cholesterol. So I tried to help his body to become better by consuming water, alpha spin water and consuming alpha meta. And since then, he stops needing all these other like lab tests and syringes, medicines. So from then, we keep consuming them regularly just to maintain our body health. So alpha meta. So I could testify that he had an improved health, an improved and an improved performance in bed. Because as you can see, like I'm happier as he performs better in bed. He felt more confident. So it's like I fall in love with him all over again. So it brings joy to our relationship. It brings joy to our it harmonizes our life at home. And even though this is what I think is a taboo subject, a lot of people think this is a taboo subject, but I do believe that this is an issue that we need to be addressed, especially with your partner. A lot of men shouldn't be embarrassed talking about this with their partner because a good communication between them, between husband and wife, is key. But now, with the help of with all this alpha meta and alpha spin, at our age, we are we are we're living together in harmony. Hello?
Mati. Dapat gerak-gerak kamera.
So, Pak Ludwig, that's the end of our sharing session. Okay, sorry about before. There was a technical difficulty here. Okay.
Sorry, Pak.
Okay, sorry about before. My internet connection is very spotty. Okay, thank you for sharing. That was an amazing session. And if I may, though, I might invite other people to join us to share their own personal experiences, their own personal testimony. So all of you watching this at home, you could also comment,
Subscribe.
So here we go. So just let me introduce them, these people who wanted to share their own experiences as well. Perhaps how Alpha Med and Alpha Spin helps with their family, their relationship. Okay, so this person I'm inviting, Yusuf Effendi Pohan. He's one of a businessman who also owns a hospital here in Jakarta. So good evening, everyone. So my name is Dr. Effendi Pohan and my name is Intan. So I'm here to share So I'm a civil servant here in Jakarta. As head of division for 10 years, and I recently retired. Okay, so back when I was working then, my body weight is massive due to my poor lifestyle, my lack of healthy exercise, due all the stress accumulated during my work. And all of this resulted that every month I need to go to the doctor to perform a checkup. So for a year, once every month, I need to do my regular lab checkup to help my body. But since then, as I've retired on 2014, I gained a lot of time to exercise and to fix my lifestyle. This exercise combined with alpha meta and alpha spin, which I also used back then, resulted in improvement in my lab results, that my doctor no longer recommend me to check once a month, but now it's just once a year. So every morning I consume Alpha Meta as I wake up. And around our house, we also put Alpha Spin. So around our house in our bedroom, we are also using the bed Smart S3. And with all this, I felt better. I felt more energetic. I could exercise better. And this all resulted in an improvement in my diabetic tests. I'm actually getting better. Even my doctors are all surprised at the results. And I'm very, very thankful with all these products. And I'm also joining all of FFG's other programs, especially boot camps, IM2. It helps me, especially my mental health, to fix my way of thinking, to become positive, to try to become a good, positive contribution to the environment. So that's the end of my sharing session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Okay, so we were talking about it helps you, right? So what about your partner there, Miss Intan? Could you also share your own experience? Okay, so if you can see back then the photo in 2007, I felt very uncomfortable back then because he was very temperamental due to his stress. And I'm not sure, maybe other factors contribute as well. And all this combined with his health problems with diabetes back then, he's a hard person to deal with. But ever since he consumed this, ever since he exercised, I could really felt an improvement, especially for his diabetic tests. And he's getting healthier and more energetic. There's a renewed vigor. I could see him as a different person. And okay, so if I may say, I'm a very active person at night. So I could see him performing better and better as well. So he's very energetic now. He's very confident with his body as well. I'm not saying that alpha meta and alpha spin contributes directly to it, but I'm saying that alpha spin and alpha meta helps rejuvenate his energy levels so he could exercise more. He's feeling better, he's feeling healthier. So his energy level is now through the roof. And that reflects his performance in bed as well, like I said before. So there's this one funny incident that I might say. Okay, so back when I like to read on my bed, So I'm the kind of person who rarely wear underwear as I'm about to go to bed. So as I'm laying down on my bed, face down, and I could feel something different about it because as I'm laying down, my crotch region is getting very tight, and I could feel that I'm younger again. So smart S3s, alpha meta and alpha spin, I'm feeling way younger with all that. So if I may ask, how old are you at the moment? So I'm 65 going 66 at the moment. Okay, so at your age, you felt young to the point that you can no longer sleep face down. Okay, so thank you for the sharing. I'm here. Okay, so now I'll be inviting this other person to join us. Okay, so Mr. Hendy is next. Good evening, everyone in Indonesia that's watching this YouTube channel and everyone else. So my name is Hendy. I'm currently working in a multinational company. I'm working as an in IT division. In my workplace, from all the stress in my environment and my chaotic lifestyle associated with IT and the office, 11 years after my marriage, my life and my body weight is actually getting worse. I'm getting obese. I reached 100 kilograms before. And I had a history of diabetes. And with all this increasing weight and all these other health complications, I could feel my sexual energy is dropping low. And I started to think that this is very dangerous for me. So now and since then I try to exercise, I need to eat properly. And this improvement doesn't only affects me, but it also helps my relationship with my wife as well. As you can see here on the screen, I'm losing a lot of weight. I used to be 98, I'm now 72. Like as Papohan said before, like when you felt better, when you felt more confident, you felt a lot of energy in your body. So to get that, aside from a healthy lifestyle, a proper form of nutrition is very important as well, so that we may feed our cells properly to help the cells rejuvenate. And with this transformation as well, with my increasing confidence, I'm actually like performing better in bed as well. Like you all said before, because I felt more confident. My body is healthier, and now I could last longer in bed. So if I may say that if my wife could orgasm twice, I might only reach it once, so I could please my wife, and actually helps our relationship as well. So aside from Alpha Meta, the really good source of nutrition before, I'm also using Alpha Spin. This German-made product helps my blood circulation to be better, and it helps to protect me from all the radiation that's happening in my work. Because as an IT, my workplace consists of all sorts of electronic radiations, So alpha spin helps protect my body from all that. I could feel a really good change in my body. So here's this other thing with alpha spin. I put it in a water jug and I drank the water from that jug. And the water that's been dumped with alpha spin, I felt that it helps my body as well. So from before, when I was obese, when I was not confident, when I gained a lot of weight, I couldn't please my wife, but now I could. And it's very important, especially like when other people mention that it's a taboo subject to touch on. But I also think that I agree with all of you that said uh, it's a very important subject, and alpha spin and alpha meta helps with it. So I even try to put alpha spin inside my bathtub, and as I bathe from the waters of it, I felt rejuvenated. And maybe as Pak Pohan and Bu Intan said before, that my energy levels went through the roof. Basically, I felt very energetic as I exercise. My body my body vitality is getting better. And it reflects. And basically, I'm leading a happier life now with my wife, and she's currently on her 4-month pregnancy. And on my age now, like let's say it's above 35, that I could say that alpha spin, alpha meta, a good lifestyle, a good exercise helps with everything in my relationship. Okay, Andy, thank you for your amazing sharing. As I see your photos before and after, I could see that that's an amazing improvement. And with all the things we've discussed before regarding this sexual energy, regarding this vigor, this libido. So if I may conclude our session now. So basically a proper lifestyle, a proper source of nutrition, a proper exercise is a major factor in our life. So if I may add with all this, alpha meta and alpha spin isn't supposed to be relied on. It's a form of supplement. So it shouldn't become a source of food that you relied on. It's only a form of nutrition that supplements your healthy lifestyle. So that's good. So today's sharing session has been very amazing. So no longer we might need the pills, no longer we might need all these other medicines. So I conclude that in order to increase our sexual vitality, the best way we can do, again, once again, is a healthy lifestyle, a healthy source of food. a healthy stress management, which is then helped with alpha meta and alpha spin. And with all these factors considered, may it brings joy to your relationship at home and a positive impact to the relationship with you and your partners. So thank you once again for all of your time, Dr. Erry Gautama, Dr. Pohan, Pak Hendy. So let me end this live stream here. I'm Ludwig, and before I close, like, comment, and subscribe on our channel. Do stay tuned for our next workshops right here in our channel, that we might discuss other topics in the future. All right, see you.